An 89-year-old frail man entered a café and simply asked for a sandwich, only to be met with disdain and humiliation. Among the patrons, a wealthy woman noticed him closely, her gaze fixed on something on his wrist. Suddenly, she froze, her heart racing as she approached him, and upon realizing what it was, her face went pale. The café buzzed with the aroma of fresh coffee and chatter, but a strange silence enveloped the room when the elderly man walked in. Henry, visibly worn by life, shuffled slowly across the café, his tattered clothes offering little protection against the cold. He ignored the disapproving glances from other customers, feeling their judgment weigh heavily on him. His empty stomach pushed him forward, each step a struggle between maintaining his dignity and fulfilling his need for food. When he reached the counter, he placed his few coins down, but Rachel, the owner known for her cold demeanor, looked at him with disgust. "I just want the cheapest sandwich, please," Henry murmured, his voice barely audible. Rachel crossed her arms, her expression stern. "This isn't a homeless shelter, old man. If you don't have money, you can't eat." Feeling humiliated, Henry took a deep breath, trying to hold himself together. "Please, anything you can give me, I'm hungry," he pleaded softly, desperation evident in his eyes. The atmosphere grew heavier as whispers filled the air, and no one stepped forward to help. Just when it seemed all hope was lost, the café door swung open again, revealing an elegant woman named Clara. With her well-groomed hair and sharp suit, she strode confidently toward the counter, immediately shifting the mood in the room. "What's going on here?" she asked, her voice firm yet disapproving as she focused on Henry, who stood frozen, trying to maintain what little dignity he had left. Rachel attempted to regain control, insisting that Henry couldn't be served there. But Clara stood her ground, asserting, "We're talking about a human being, not an animal." The other customers, who had previously enjoyed Henry's humiliation, now watched with a mix of curiosity and discomfort. Clara continued, "I will pay for whatever he needs. He has the same right to be here as anyone else." Rachel scoffed, trying to dismiss Clara's intervention, but the tension in the air was palpable. Clara challenged her, reminding everyone that businesses are made up of people, and what they witnessed was inhumane. The whispers ceased, and the café fell silent, with Rachel visibly flustered by Clara's strong presence. Henry, overwhelmed by emotions, felt a flicker of hope as Clara reassured him, "Don't worry, today your lunch is on me." As she offered him kindness, Henry hesitated, still clutching his coins tightly. "You can keep this," she said gently, urging him to enjoy his meal without shame. Clara then noticed Henry's watch and asked about it. He explained that it was a keepsake from someone very important to him. Upon taking the watch in her hands, Clara felt a rush of memories connected to Daniel, the son she had lost long ago. Their conversation revealed shared pain and loss, as both struggled with the aftermath of Daniel's tragic fate. As they spoke, Clara expressed her desire to help both Henry and Sophie, Daniel's mother. Together, they began to confront their pasts and seek a path toward healing. Clara offered them a place to stay while they figured things out, emphasizing that they wouldn't be alone anymore. Days turned into weeks as Clara helped Henry and Sophie find a new home, allowing them to start fresh. They created a routine, and the warmth of their new life began to heal their wounds. One afternoon, Clara prepared a special surprise for them, inviting them to a lovely meal where they could bond and share laughter. As they sat together, surrounded by the beauty of their garden, the atmosphere shifted from sorrow to serenity. Clara felt a sense of closure as they all embraced the possibility of a brighter future, united by their shared experiences and newfound hope. The shared experiences of Henry, Sophie, and Clara became a foundation of friendship forged in adversity. They often reminisced about their past struggles, but now with warmth in their hearts rather than despair. During one meal, as the sun dipped below the horizon, illuminating their backyard with golden hues, they delighted in each other's company. Clara leaned in closer, her eyes glistening with joy. "Let's make this a tradition," she proposed. "Every month, we will gather like this, celebrating our small victories together." Henry nodded enthusiastically, a genuine smile breaking across his face for perhaps the first time in years. Sophie clasped her hands together, her gratitude palpable as tears welled up in her eyes. As the days turned into months, they planned outings filled with laughter and adventure, picnics in the park, visits to art galleries, and storytelling nights. Each gathering brought them closer, stitching together frayed memories into a cohesive narrative of resilience and hope. One warm evening, while arranging the dining table for their monthly dinner, Clara discovered an old photo of Daniel. The sight tugged at her heartstrings. It reminded her of the dual nature of love, both beautiful and painfully ephemeral. She decided to share it with Henry and Sophie. Gathering them around the table, she said, "I want you both to know who my son was before fate changed everything." As she shared stories of Daniel's kindness and laughter, Henry listened intently, feeling a profound connection to the boy he'd never met. He reflected on how grief had initially isolated him, yet here he was, breaking bread with newfound friends who understood loss. As they moved deeper into their relationship, Henry began to confide in Clara about his experiences during the war. His stories, once buried beneath layers of pain and shame, flowed freely against the backdrop of their budding friendship. Sophie captured every moment, her artistic eye framing scenes that depicted their journey from suffering to healing. One day, inspired by their newfound bond, Sophie suggested creating a mural in the garden, a representation of their collective journey through darkness into light. With shared brushes and vibrant paints, they worked together over several weekends, transforming their space. The mural depicted not only the beauty of sharing meals under the setting sun but also silhouettes representing their individual struggles, overcoming shadows with radiant colors. As the mural neared completion, they discussed its significance. Henry commented, "This is more than just art, it's a testament to our strength." Clara added, "It embodies our healing and tells the world that kindness can triumph over cruelty." They all agreed that it could serve as a reminder for anyone aspiring to move past their burdens. Eventually, news of the mural spread throughout the neighborhood, drawing visitors enchanted by its meaning and vibrancy. People began to stop by, drawn to the story it told, which sparked conversations of compassion and community. Henry, once a figure of loneliness, was now recognized and appreciated. His life had transformed dramatically, moving from shunned café patron to integral member of a community that thrived on mutual support. With Clara's guidance and Sophie's artistic talent, the garden served as a sanctuary for reflection, joy, and healing. In the end, what started as a single act of kindness by a wealthy woman blossomed into a powerful partnership that transcended class, age, and tragedy. Henry, Clara, and Sophie discovered not only the importance of friendship but the incredible ability of shared experiences to bring healing. Their journey underscored a vital idea: compassion has the power to change lives, rekindling hope where there once was despair. Thus, through their interconnected struggles, they embraced the beauty of what it means to truly live together. Together, they began to envision a future steeped in purpose and connectivity. Inspired by their transformation, the trio saw potential beyond their immediate community. Clara proposed an idea that blossomed from their discussions during dinner: why don't we start a supportive group for others dealing with loss? We could share our stories, provide comfort, and encourage healing. Henry's eyes sparked with enthusiasm, while Sophie nodded thoughtfully, excited by the notion of inviting others into their newfound family. They organized their first meeting in the garden, transforming it into a welcoming space adorned with the mural as its centerpiece. Flyers were created, announcing the gathering with the theme, Healing Through Sharing. The sun shone brightly on the day of the event, casting a golden light over every corner of the garden. As participants began to arrive, Clara greeted each guest with warmth and empathy. The air filled with stories of sorrow, but amidst the sadness, there was laughter, solidarity, and a sense of belonging that enveloped everyone present. Henry spoke openly about his journey, how he had once felt invisible and alone, but found solace among people who understood his pain. Sophie stood beside him, capturing moments through her art as each participant shared their story. With every brushstroke immortalizing the emotions floating around them, she created pieces representing their collective experiences, a healing tapestry coming to life. This supportive environment encouraged guests to bond, revealing tales of resilience and strength that echoed the essence of love intertwined with loss. They started to find hope in shared memories, healing together over cups of tea and homemade treats. Days turned into months, and the healing group evolved into something greater. Participants found themselves returning week after week, not just for support but to forge lasting friendships. The garden became a sanctuary where laughter rang true, and stories flowed freely, housing not only grief but also celebration, the celebration of life and the beauty of unity. Recognizing the impact they had made, Clara brought up another idea at one session: they could host seasonal community events to raise awareness about mental health and connectivity. We can create workshops, invite speakers, and involve local artists, encouraging those who struggle to reach out, she suggested, her eyes sparkling with passion. Everyone rallied behind the idea, energized by the purpose of their gathering. As the first event unfolded, attendees from various backgrounds came together, finding solace in one another. They held discussions, participated in art therapy, and even shared meals in the spirit of community. Through these initiatives, the once lonely garden became a vibrant hub of healing, where people came together, drawn not just by their struggles but by a shared commitment to supporting each other. Henry, Clara, and Sophie became local heroes in their own right, reminding everyone that kindness can uplift even the most broken souls.